A single SpaceX rocket costs $90 million. It stands 20 stories tall, and it can carry 100 tons to space. But here's what nobody tells you. These rockets start as simple metal sheets in a Texas factory. No magic, no secrets from outer space. Just robots, fire, and really smart people. Today, you're going inside SpaceX's factory. You'll see giant machines cut metal. You'll watch robots weld with 10,000-degree flames, and you'll discover why some rockets explode before they ever leave Earth. But first, you need to see where it all begins. The first step will blow your mind. Step 1. The giant metal sheets. Where rockets begin. Every SpaceX rocket starts here. Giant metal sheets. These aren't normal sheets. They're 30 feet tall. That's as tall as a 3-story building. Each sheet weighs as much as 3 cars, and SpaceX needs hundreds of them for one rocket. Workers roll these massive sheets into the factory. The metal isn't aluminum like old NASA rockets. It's a special steel alloy. This steel can handle temperatures up to 3,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's hotter than flowing lava. Here's the crazy part. Each sheet costs $50,000. One mistake means the entire sheet is wasted. That's why robots do most of the cutting. These cutting machines are incredibly precise. They measure down to 0.01 inches. That's thinner than a human hair. Sparks fly everywhere. The machines slice through steel like butter. Workers watch from computer screens. They wear protective gear because the heat is intense. The noise is deafening, but the robots never stop. One rocket needs over 200 of these cut pieces. Every piece must be perfect. The computer checks each cut 1,000 times. If one measurement is wrong, the piece gets scrapped. Want to know something shocking? SpaceX wastes about 15 sheets every month. That's $750,000 in the trash, but it's worth it, because in space, there's no room for mistakes. The metal pieces are stacked carefully. They're labeled with barcodes. Each piece knows exactly where it goes. But cutting metal is just the beginning. Wait until you see what happens when these pieces meet 10,000-degree flames. Step 2. Robot welders. Building the rocket body. Now the real magic happens. Giant robot arms grab the metal pieces. They're about to weld them together. And this isn't your dad's garage welding. This is next-level technology. Each robot arm is 20 feet long. They move with perfect precision. The welding temperature reaches 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit. That's 4 times hotter than your kitchen oven. The blue-white flames light up the entire factory. Here's why this matters. Traditional welding takes months. Human welders need breaks. They get tired. They make mistakes. But SpaceX robots work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. They never sleep. One rocket body gets finished in just 5 days. The robots make over 5,000 welds on one rocket. Every single weld must be perfect. Why? Because in space, one bad weld means disaster. The rocket could leak fuel. It could lose pressure. It could explode. That's why human workers check everything. They use special X-ray machines. These machines see inside the metal. They spot tiny cracks invisible to the human eye. If they find even one bad weld, that section gets cut out. Watch the robots work together. They move like dancers. One robot holds the metal steady. Another robot welds the seam. A third robot cools the metal with a special gas. Here's a secret most people don't know. SpaceX invented a completely new welding technique. No other rocket company uses this method. It makes the welds 30% stronger than traditional welds. The cylindrical sections start taking shape. They look like giant metal tubes. Each section is 30 feet wide. These welded sections look perfect, but they're about to face a test that destroys most of them. Step 3. Engine installation, the heart of the rocket. Now comes the most expensive part, the engines. Each SpaceX Starship uses 33 Raptor engines. Yes, you heard that right. 33 engines on one rocket. Giant cranes lower each engine into position. Workers guide them carefully. Each engine weighs 3,500 pounds. That's heavier than a small car, and each one costs $2 million. Do the math. That's $66 million just in engines. Here's what makes these engines special. Each one produces power equal to 4 Boeing 747 jet engines. Combined, all 33 engines generate 17 million pounds of thrust. That's enough power to lift 10 Statues of Liberty off the ground. Engineers work in ultra-clean rooms. They wear special suits like hospital surgeons. Why? Because one tiny piece of dust can ruin an engine. Fuel flows through these engines at 1,000 gallons per second. Watch the workers connect thousands of pipes. Some pipes carry fuel, others carry liquid oxygen. The super cold oxygen is negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit. That's colder than Antarctica in winter. Bundles of cables connect to each engine. These cables are thicker than your arm. They carry data to the rocket's computers. Each engine has 1,200 individual parts. Every part must work perfectly. Before installation, engineers test each engine 100 times. They fire them on test stands. They push them to the limit. Here's the shocking truth. If just one engine fails during launch, the mission aborts. That's why SpaceX installs 33 engines instead of 20. They're backups for the backups. The computer monitors 10,000 data points every second during flight. But here's what's revolutionary. These engines can be reused 10 times or more. With engines installed, this rocket looks ready. But there's one final step that decides if it lives or dies. Step 4, pressure tests, the moment of truth. This is where dreams die or rockets fly. The pressure test. It's the most dangerous part of the entire process. And yes, rockets actually explode during this test. Engineers pump super cold fuel into the rocket. The fuel is negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Frost instantly forms on the outside. Giant clouds of vapor pour off the rocket. It looks like something from a science fiction movie. Then they increase the pressure. The pressure goes 6 times higher than a car tire. The entire rocket groans under the stress. Metal creaks, bolts strain. Everyone holds their breath. Engineers watch from a safe bunker 1 mile away. They're looking for any tiny leak, any weak spot, any crack in the welds. Cameras record everything at 10,000 frames per second. Here's the brutal truth. Out of every 100 rockets built, 5 fail this test. That's 5 rockets worth millions of dollars. They get scrapped, cut apart, studied for mistakes. But this test saves lives. Better to find problems on Earth than in space. SpaceX has intentionally destroyed over 20 rockets during testing. Each failure teaches them something new. The pressure keeps increasing. The rocket's metal skin stretches. It expands by several inches. This is normal, but if it expands too much, boom. One test costs $10 million. The fuel alone costs hundreds of thousands, but it's worth every penny. This test has saved astronauts multiple times. Engineers found tiny flaws that would have caused catastrophic failures in space. Those flaws got fixed. Those astronauts lived. If the rocket passes, it becomes flight-proven. It's ready for space. But even after passing all these tests, there's one final step before this rocket touches the stars. Step 5. Launch pad transport and final assembly moving day. The rocket travels to the launch pad. But this isn't a normal road trip. The rocket sits on a giant crawler. This machine moves at 1 mile per hour. That's slower than you walk. Why so slow? Because the rocket is incredibly fragile now. One bump could damage the fuel tanks. Workers guide the crawler like precious cargo. The journey takes 6 hours for just 6 miles. Engineers watch every inch of the trip. Once at the launch pad, the real countdown begins. Workers connect final systems. Fuel lines attach with perfect precision. Computer cables link up. The rocket talks to mission control. They run over 1,000 pre-flight checks. Fuel loading starts 4 hours before launch. Pumps fill the tanks with 10,000 gallons of fuel. Here's the crazy part. The launch can abort 1 second before ignition. Just one failed computer check means everything stops. 10,000 things must go right. SpaceX's success rate is 95%. That's the best in rocket history. And that's how a pile of metal sheets becomes humanity's ticket to the stars. You just went inside the SpaceX factory. You saw the Starship build process from start to finish, from metal sheets to the Raptor engine assembly line. You discovered SpaceX's reusability secrets that save millions. You witnessed how SpaceX builds Falcon 9 rockets faster than anyone else. This is rocket manufacturing as you've never seen before. So which part of this SpaceX Starship factory blew your mind? Comment below. Want to see more behind-the-scenes factory tours? Smash that subscribe button. Next time, we're taking you inside Tesla's Gigafactory. Thanks for watching and keep exploring.